Spirituality is an essential component of persistence because there should be something larger that holds us accountable, something larger that holds us when we are struggling in life. My guiding text is The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, and today I will read another chapter and analyze it for my own mental well-being and also for, hopefully, your spiritual edification. My name's Tarab. I make videos about emotional intelligence every day. My mission is to inspire you to do the beautiful things that you want to do because only you can do them. Last time we left off on eating. I lied. We left off on clothes. This time we will go into on buying and selling. The context is Al-Mustafa, the great wise observer of the city of Orphalese, is leaving upon his voyage to his seafaring brethren's land in the distance to explore life further, perhaps. And the people of Orphalese are like, "Goddamn, dude, at least tell us what you saw." And the merchant said, "Speak to us of buying and selling." And he answered and said, "To you the earth yields her fruit, and you shall not want if you but know how to fill your hands. And it is in exchange the gifts of the earth that you shall find abundance and be satisfied. Yet unless the exchange be in love and kindly justice, it will but lead some to greed and others to hunger. When in the marketplace you toilers of the sea and fields and vineyards meet the weavers and the potters and the gatherers of spice, invoke then the master spirit of the earth to come into your midst and sanctify the scales and the reckoning that weighs value against value. And suffer not the barren-handed to take part in your transactions, who would sell their words for your labor. To such men you should say, come with us to the field, or go with our brothers to the sea and cast your net. The land and the sea shall be bountiful to you, even as to us. And if there come the singers and the dancers and the flute players, buy of their gifts also, for they too are gatherers of fruit and frankincense, and that which they bring, though fashioned of dreams, is raiment and food for your soul. And before you leave the marketplace, see that no one has gone his way with empty hands. For the master spirit of the earth shall not sleep peacefully upon the wind till the needs of the least of you are satisfied. On Buying and Selling, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. I should probably just flash this book a little longer. Cool book. The reason I love reading Khalil's words is because he seems to have a very world. To you the earth yields her fruit, and you shall not want if you but know how to fill your hands. So a lot of the stuff that I talk about on Tarabify is about how to fill your damn hands. You have to realize at some point in life, I believe, that everything has to work. I drive to work in the morning and I see the hawk flying over the fields in Ohio. I know that that hawk is probably working about as hard as it possibly can to acquire its meal, just as I'm going to go to work as a dentist or a human being in society to get my meal, to deserve my meal, to feel. And buying and selling, I think, in society is also kind of viewed as this kind of nasty thing, particularly for doctors, as I can probably attest, because this is the way that I felt a long time ago. Now it feels like, is that a service, if a genuine service is being given for the sake of being given, then it shouldn't have a value associated with it. And to that I say, how will you improve how you serve if there is no associated value? Meaning, why would you be willing to... I'm sure there's a lot of holes in our argument. But I think it's very important to understand that you get what you give. You get what you put in. If our effort levels are not at the level of getting that thing, if for instance, and suffer not the barren-handed to take part in your transactions who would sell their words for your labor. The barren-handed who would just kind of idly speak instead of actually do the shit. Testament to character, right? The person at the market that shows up every day and sells their goods has the discipline not only to be there to sell the goods, perhaps early, but also the work ethic, the knowledge that them being there every day is actually what gives them the ability to not only provide for the people in the market, but for themselves. He also has this part about singers and dancers and how the things that they create are food for your soul. So he has a separation between body and soul. And that to me is vaguely, I think it's a bit old school, because I've come to realize that if I don't work out and if I don't eat healthy, then I won't think healthy a lot of the time. And so to separate body and soul, I think is a convenient way of avoiding making ourselves more valuable. Convenient way of avoiding really just pushing past the necessary hurdles that make us a better human being. And the opposite is true also. Like if you spend so much time working out to avoid your emotions, to avoid thinking about new philosophies or growing as a human being, if we spend so much time doing that, then we're also going to hit the same kind of roadblock. It requires both. And I suppose that's why they're separated, to make that apparent. But to you the earth yields her fruit, and you shall not want if you but know how to fill your hands. It is in exchanging the gifts of the earth that you shall find abundance and be satisfied. Yet unless the exchange be in love and kindly justice, it will but lead some to greed and others to hunger. So this is all some of the wisdom of business. What I realized over time from studying some of these billionaires is that their philosophies on money actually go hand in hand with philosophies of being a morally good person. The book Compassionomics, I forgot the guy's name, is this long name, but it basically showed through a scientific review of hundreds of articles over the years that compassion, really caring about people and giving your time and energy to people, is the best way to make money. So he's saying don't just exchange for the sake of ripping someone off or kicking out the legs behind their business. Exchange for the sake of mutual benefit. A good deal is when all the parties walk away happy. It's not when one party wins or loses. Because the reality is you want to have that bridge later. And if someone walks away from a table unsatisfied, they're not going to want to do business with you again. And in fact, they'll suggest to other people that want to do business with you to not do business, because they know that you are not doing it with a kindly and just manner. So this is kind of why I love reading some of this stuff to myself and to you guys, because it's just incredibly wise. Like, it's like there's this artful spiritual beauty to it, but there's also a very real worldly application to these words. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting. The last one was on clothes, of all things, and it turns out it actually has some deeper themes too, as Gibran's writings generally do. So if you're curious, please check that out. And if you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe, send it to a poet friend of yours, perhaps someone that is looking to do beautiful things in life, someone that perhaps might have inspired you in the past. I would love to connect with them and you. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care.